In the history of the Hispanic civil rights movement, many battles had to be fought and won in order to be where we are today. One such struggle took place in the 60s, where Latino high school students from various states walked out of school demanding the hiring of more Mexican-American teachers and counselors. Out of those protests, a young teacher named Juan Andrade was hired to teach civics to a class made up of primarily Mexican-American students, many of whom were children of migrant farm workers who spoke little English.
I originally set out to be a teacher because the people that had influenced me the most were teachers, and so I thought I would want to be one as well. And I got off to a good start the first day. But by the third day, I found myself arrested for speaking Spanish in my own classroom, which I discovered was against the law in the state of Texas. And I felt that the law was wrong. I wasn't wrong, the law was wrong, that would prohibit anybody from speaking in their own language to empower its own people by educating our youth, our children. But we needed some way to empower ourselves, to change laws, to challenge the status quo. And that's what gave birth to this idea of USHLI, to put in our own community, create an institution that would empower our own community and to build leaders for generations to come.
Wanting to do more, Juan writes a proposal to create an organization to empower Latinos. He seeks the help of three individuals, Hank Lacayo, Ray Gonzalez, and Willie Velasquez. Hank Lacayo was the political director of the United Auto Workers and social justice champion who strongly supported Cesar Chavez and the struggle of farm workers. He recalls meeting Juan Andrade for the first time.
Here he is, a Mexican-American, PhD, I got those credentials, wearing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, and kind of a funny Texas accent. But what really got me more than was his candor. This guy was really talking from the heart.
Ray Gonzalez was a regional director for the National Council of La Raza, a young activist who had devoted his life to the empowerment of the Hispanic community.
When Juan walked in, he comes in and he bounced through the room and he says, "Hi, how y'all doing? You know, my name's Juan Andrade." And I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, "So you're going to be joining me in Chicago?" And he goes, "Yes." And I said, "Well, what are you going to be working on?" And he told me the mission, and what came through was his passion and his commitment for our community, and that he was going to empower us and give us our voice. But the one thing that kept going over and over in my mind is, how is this guy with that southern drawl, how is he ever going to make it in Chicago?
Willie Velasquez, who died in 1988, was the founder of the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project and one of the most respected activists of his time. And he also agreed to be part of Juan's dream.